Good evening and welcome to the ROKER RAPPORT PUBCAST with me, Anthony Gay, and Mr. Graham Falk. How are you doing?
I'm alright, mate. I've had end of exams, so I've had way more Buckfast than I should have had.
That sounds absolutely magnificent, mate. It stinks of Buckfast round here anyway, so it's just as well.
Got my Buckfast t-shirt on as well.
You excited for the game tonight, mate?
Yeah, I'm absolutely. You know what? Weirdly enough, rewind back like a month when we played them last time, I was dreading every game coming up. And
Absolutely.
I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. I'm Friday night lights. It's probably the Buckfast, to be fair.
But games under the lights are always better than games on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, better than 12 o'clock at Coventry on a Sunday or whatever, isn't it?
This is amazing. I've never been to a Friday night game for about 20 years or something. It feels like Man City when we beat them 4-1. King Clancy there.
That's when I remember. I remember the King Clancy game, 3-1.
That's the last one I remember.
And
3-1, yeah, that was wrong.
Burnley.
Oh, of course, man.
That
That doesn't count though, because that's just so epic.
Oh, that was just just transcended days, didn't it?
Oh,
is that a thing? Can days transcend?
They can now. They can now because Buckfast has spoken.
Buckfast has said it can, so therefore we're all right.
Yes, that's it. So we're going over to the game in about an hour.
Yeah,
something like that. So it's
taking a few more.
Nice and dark. It's about minus 400 degrees. Jay's wearing a t-shirt.
I've got my Buckfast coat on.
It's not the best of outfits for this freezing
I've got a nice
weather.
big coat.
You will die of coronavirus by the end of today.
Apparently it's going around. Coronavirus though, sounds like you've just had way too much of that really good Mexican beer.
That's exactly what I said. Back to the football anyway.
Yes.
We still don't have any team sheets, but who do you expect to play? Just basic points, basically.
Well, I did the expected starting 11, and I think Gav disagreed, but
Gav always disagrees.
Oh, with me, yes. But he might be right, to be fair to him. He said he thinks he'll keep Charlie White in, and he thinks he'll start with Bradley Wright Phillips.
Bradley Wright Phillips will do. I don't think he plays anymore.
Bailey Wright, that's the
Bailey
guy.
Wright, Bradley Wright Phillips. That's a name for the past as well. What's going on there?
Completely different guy.
That's magnificent. Bailey White. I think he'll start, and I think I think Lafferty might start as well.
I think I was at MK last week. Not MK Dons, MK.
Yeah.
Because
you might offend some Wimbledon fans.
It's just not Wimbledon, is it?
It's not Wimbledon, is it?
I think when Lafferty came on last week, he just he should have had an assist with a ball across to Ozturk. With Lafferty as well, I mean, it's not a secret, I'm a bit of a Rangers man after my time in Glasgow. I think Lafferty's just got a bit more about him than Charlie White. But you know what? To be fair to Charlie White, it would be really, really unfair if he got dropped because he was phenomenal against Wickham.
He was.
He wasn't bad against MK Dons, far from it. I just think he'll give Lafferty game time because he'll want to get his fitness up. And I think if you give him 60 minutes and bring Charlie White on with half an hour to go.
I think it's that and justifying the signing as well.
Yeah. So I think with White, you know, the thing with White, to be honest with you, I never feel like he's going to be the 20-goal season man I hoped he would be. But at the same time, you know what? He's under Parkinson recently. He has put in the kind of display that I think I probably thought he probably would have done when we signed him. Like, he's definitely got something about him.
Breaking news.
Team sheet?
We may have the team sheet.
Hang on.
Let me press some stuff. Nope. That's just something stupid. Sorry, carry on, Graham.
No, it's fine. I can probably get it. But I think I like Lafferty a lot. I've always really liked Lafferty.
I thought we would have signed him about 10 years ago, to be honest.
Yeah, it felt like he come in a little bit late, didn't he? It was like the Charles and Zogby, we got him on a trial.
It's kind of like signing Robbie Keane right now, isn't it?
Like a little bit too late. But I think
there's still no team sheet there, just as
no
an
team
update
sheets,
there,
yeah, that's
which
fine.
is a shame.
I do feel like, I mean, whoever he starts with, I'm quite happy. And that's, you know what, that's a really good place to be.
Yeah.
Like, if he starts with Lafferty, if he starts with White, I'm all right.
Yeah, well, I think Lafferty or White, I think will be fine anyway. I think Doncaster are a stronger team than they normally don't turn up against us, as somebody said on one of the recent podcasts. Anyway,
good manager, I think. I think Darren Moore is a good manager, but I think I pointed this out on the
I think he's
11.
punching under his weight, Darren Moore. I think he's done really well at West Brom.
I think it was unfair to get sacked at West
Absolutely,
Brom.
yeah. Yeah, it's a good point.
Doncaster, I think, you see, my thinking behind putting Lafferty in the lineup, and again, I'm not Phil Parkinson, thank God. I think they'll try and play it from the back, and I think that having Kyle Lafferty's just got a little bit more of that high press game than Charlie Wyke has, because Charlie Wyke, as much as I love him, is not really the... He hasn't got the same... Not that he hasn't got the same work ethic, but I don't think he's quite as fast and as gangly as Lafferty. I think Lafferty will close down a bit more higher upfield. So I would go with Lafferty, but if he plays Wyke...
Lafferty likes a shot as well, doesn't he? He likes a shot, whereas Wyke likes to play it into somebody.
Yeah.
I quite like the fact that even if Lafferty comes on after 60 minutes, if he has a few shots a goal, it would be a bit more than Wyke does. I mean, Wyke is a very phenomenal... It was, like you say, was phenomenal against Milton Keynes.
He's got a very, very good hair transplant.
Oh, it's terrific.
There's been a few.
I can only pray for stuff like that. You can't see up there, it's fine.
All right, well, I'm all about Dobbo's hair on, apparently, so...
Dobbo.
I love George Dobson.
He's not that good as a footballer, but I do love George.
I'm just delighted that he's played the past few games. It's been a joke for months and months that I just love Dobbo for the crack. And now that he's playing good, I just feel like I'm randomly being like, I'm justified, even though I never thought he was that great in the first place.
Like Alex with Ozturk for some reason.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the oddest thing.
That just came to pass, didn't it?
So we've got the Doncaster side here, which is in goal. We have Senny Dieng, Brad Halliday, Reece James, Tom Anderson, Joe Wright and Ben Sheaf in defence. Ben Whiteman, John Taylor and Gomez and Ennis in midfield, and Cameron John up front on his own, I believe.
The fact that Sadly is injured is quite a big plus.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not scared of Kieran Sadly, no offence Doncaster fans, but I'm not really frightened of anyone in this league, and I shouldn't be. But Sadly has scored 9 goals from midfield, and I think there's a lot of teams that are quite good in this league.
Even more breaking news. Sunderland's team sheet. In goal, McLaughlin, Ozturk, Willis, Lynch, Hume and O'Nien, Howard, Dobson, Gooch, Maguire and Wyke.
Unchanged.
So it's unchanged, totally unchanged. Lafferty on the bench, Bailey Wright on the bench, Watmore, Ledmetter, McNulty and Burge on the bench. So unchanged. I mean, it would have been unfair to drop anyone, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I said about bringing Lafferty in, and I thought he'd have brought Bailey Wright in, but at the same time, if someone said if it stays unchanged, will you be offended?
If it's broke, don't fix it, isn't it? It's one of those, exactly. Isn't it? Although if we get beat tonight, I'll be fuming.
Yeah, if we get beat, it should have changed right from the beginning. The whole 11.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
It should never
play
the kids.
No, don't say that. I've got a poorly received piece.
Where's Benji? Where's Benji?
Where is Benji? Should have been playing since minute 7.
Where is Benji?
Where is Benji?
Where is Benji?
Where is he?
What happened to him?
Oh, he's died or something.
He's not back on Instagram.
Is he? I don't go on Instagram. Is that a downfall of mine?
I mean, I've only recently found out what TikTok was.
What's TikTok?
I don't know.
That's a stupid kids thing, isn't it? Where they do 10-second
videos. Things happen on it.
Do you want to be on this podcast? Oh.
Do you know about TikTok? No.
What is TikTok?
None of us know. That's a good thing. I'm proud we don't know.
Sean, if you're recording this and you leave that in, Gemma is the missus and it's her first ever game, which she doesn't want to talk on the radio or whatever this is. Is it radio?
My missus is like that.
Or is it a podcast? It's a pubcast, isn't it?
Pubcast. Is that it's like they leave the idiots to speak and be thrown to the wolves. Oh no, you can say the silly things.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough.
I wasn't hard enough on Charlie Meth then.
I'm fuming.
I didn't cut his head off.
I think you sit in corners and just wobble about. I'm fuming. Oh.
Denver Fume.
Denver Bar, as someone's been calling them on Twitter today.
Why?
Denver Bar. Just because some people are utterly clueless about football.
I hated him, he's alright.
Denver Bar.
Denver Bar.
Denver Bar wasn't like stupid mug shite.
Annoyed me that he was alright.
Yeah. Papi Cisse for me.
Oh, they go against Chelsea. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
They're dickheads. So I'm going to let you go now, and we're going to go and enjoy the match. And
Should we do a prediction?
Do not. Oh, it's a really good idea.
Just so we can be wrong.
We're going to win anyway.
I mean, it depends whether it's going to be 7-0 double or 7 goals, or if it's going to be 8-0 double or 8 goals.
And Ozturk with one. No, should we have some decent predictions?
I'm going to go... Do you want my realistic or unrealistic?
Let's go realistic. Let's do it.
I think 2-0, and I genuinely feel Dobbo will break. I was going to say break his duck, but he has scored already.
He has scored, yeah. He said it was early on.
Burnley.
Yeah, in the cup.
So Dobbo and his lovely hair will get the second. And I know Gav thinks it looks like a
Will he score a header?
but I'm fine. No, I think it'll be a shot.
I don't think he'd head the ball with that hair.
Do you know the problem with Dobbo, right? And this is a serious comment. Sometimes, and he does it in the game to our detriment. Sometimes detriment.
Detriment, mate. Let's Buckfast
Sometimes
again.
I know.
Yeah,
Journalism student. Wow.
Oh, Phil does.
Can't spell. Or speak. He sometimes gets the ball and he's already decided 5 seconds before what he's going to do, which sometimes is good if you're like Xavi, because you do the good thing, but sometimes he like goes backwards and like gives the ball away to the keeper when you think, oh no, Dobbo didn't see it.
Wasn't a Dobbo give the ball away against Oxford the first game of the season where I just wanted to cry?
It was, and everyone was at the Heronveen game was like, look at him, he's going further forward. When Dylan McGeoch was still a thing.
Yeah. Oh, who?
Dylan McGeoch.
Yeah. Dylan
Also
McGeoch.
a very good hair transplant.
Yes. Did he?
Very good.
I didn't see anything of him for about 6 months.
He went. I mean, we all know it's Connor Bromley.
Yeah.
It's actually Connor. I haven't seen Connor
Is he
for
working
a
in
while.
Scotland now, is he?
He's up in Aberdeen.
Oh, yeah, we are. So it's Connor or Dylan?
Well, the thing is, Dylan's up in Aberdeen playing football, but it's actually Connor on the rigs.
Yeah.
Connor's on the rigs.
Makes sense. Like.
What did I say? 2-0.
Yeah, you said 2-0.
Charlie White, just to prove my whole like loving of Kyle Lafferty wrong, and you know, I genuinely believe George Dobson might score tonight.
I'm taking 4-0 half time.
Rhys James all for.
No, Sunderland, man, Sunderland. Oh, fucking hell. No, I'm going probably a nice early start. We're going to get 2 in the first 10 and just breeze in. And then after 4-0 half time, the game's over and we'll probably win 4-1.
It should be, you know what, it should be a good atmosphere now in a series. No, it should be a good atmosphere.
That's all I really want, is that a good atmosphere.
Friday night.
And it just feels like the place is bouncing for some reason.
Yeah, like I'm relatively pished. I think we're all at that point.
You're at the buzz.
Yeah, I'm at the buzz stage where I'll sing about out. Probably sing about Martin Smith at some point.
Martin Smith, the son of Pellier.
I love singing about Martin Smith.
Oh, I love Martin Smith.
Reminds me
He's
of
a really nice bloke.
7. Lovely bloke.
Really nice bloke.
Great player, lovely bloke.
Oh,
best player we've ever had.
All of it was good. Best player we've ever had.
Phillips? Who?
None of this Gibral CC, Kevin Phillips, Asamoah Gyan nonsense.
Smithy in the lower reaches.
Ballon d'Or nominee Asamoah Gyan.
There was a nationwide Division 1. That's when I know I'm old, when like Division 2 is
it was
like
the Ensley
not
League
Division
1
2.
for me.
Ensley League Division 1.
Yeah, 95.
We're going to get beaten.
Yes, there's going to be 2-1 Doncaster, and I apologise for that. So anyway, Gav, Graham, you're not Gav. Too many G's.
About 7 stone later.
Have yourself a delightful afternoon, because our ass is freezing.
Yeah, me too, actually.
So you're going to need to get some warm on.
Bit of a nipple on.
Well, you need that.
Yeah.
So thank you very much and enjoy the match. I hope everything is great. And 2-1 Doncaster. Welcome back to the ROKER Report, where Sunderland have drawn 0-0 with Doncaster in a game evenly contested, something which was pretty drab in the end. Not many chances, a few crosses across the box where nothing really clear cut. I'm here with Sam Blakey. Hello, Sam.
You alright? I bet Sky are gutted to put that on. Like,
Sky will be devastated. That referee is a dick.
I agree. He was tiny as well. He was
really small man referee. Our last said he's got small man syndrome.
full on small man syndrome written all over him. As well as that number 10 for them, who had a little bit of a chance
Taylor.
and then just fell on his face.
What an arse bag. Knobheads, aren't they?
2 of them were in cahoots, I think.
Probably. But that referee, I've never seen a worse referee. The decision for Wyke's dive.
He booked him, didn't he?
They booked him for Wyke a dive, and it was never a dive. I mean, I've had the fortune of seeing it after, and it was never a dive. He's clipped Wyke's feet. It's outrageous stuff.
Do you think this referee has thought, I'm on Sky, I'm in a big stadium, I'm going to show I can sort of hold my own? Go against the...
Yeah, I was thinking that myself. That it's something where I can show that I'm capable of managing the bigger games. Basically, I thought the same sort of thing. But I mean, he can't have come off well in that game. He's just been awful.
Yeah, pretty much.
So how did you find the game, Sam? Are you cold? Because I'm cold.
I was cold outside. It's nice and warm in here. It's very busy.
Yeah, we are actually hosting this in the Hilton Hotel, which is busier than we expected. Thanks, Craig.
It's also posher than we are.
I would say. Not as posh as our last, but it's posh.
No, I thought it felt a bit like last week. The game, we sort of a bit of a forgetful first half, and then second half we sort of lashed crosses into the box.
Yeah,
we're huff and we're puff, but
I like Lafferty, mind. Lafferty.
I agree, but it was a bit like last week. If Gooch didn't bend that ball at the top corner, that would have been two identical games.
Yeah,
to be honest,
100%.
Apart from the two Ozturk misses, there was nothing really.
Forgot about Ozturk. He's had a great game today, apart from that back pass in the first half.
Yes.
I think all the defence had a great game today. Some highlights on the telly at the minute, which I'm trying to remind myself of the game because I've forgotten
exactly
everything.
The same thing on a separate screen.
But the save at the end. We've just seen just a mild shot at the keeper, basically, so nothing happened. I'm trying to find things to talk about, and all I can really think about is how shit the ref was. I'd love to say there was more to it, but I think Luke O'Nien was busy, Gooch was busy, but nothing. I forgot about that. O'Nien's missed from 6 yards.
Is that when he crossed it? He should have just smashed it or done anything. You get played inside the box, just hit the ball.
Doncaster, not to take much away from Doncaster, much as there are arse bags, but there's a lot of, very good defending.
It was a lot of last ditch, wasn't it?
There was a lot of last ditch defending and a lot of time wasting. That goalkeeper must have had the ball at his feet for 20 minutes this whole game.
I think second half will put the pressure on them. I feel like it was very similar to last week where that was when he should have smashed it. We're just seeing the 09 chance on screen there. Can you call it a chance when he didn't shoot? It should have been a chance, but it wasn't.
There was nobody there to help him out. He should have just had a pop.
Well, he had a pop from there on his left foot, which sort of...
He was trying to do a Gooch, wasn't he? But I was busy looking at Michael Gray there and thinking how much that reminded me of a 90s game of football we had. As soon as Lafferty came on, Lafferty was having the ball lumped at him. He was heading it onto somebody else, and instead of trying to help them out, he was running directly to the centre forward's position. And I thought, thank God for that. A centre forward who likes to play a centre forward.
Doesn't like to sort of appear at left back or anything.
It was amazing. For all he grafts, Charlie White grafts, but he doesn't play like a centre forward.
I was saying, when it became obvious that Lafferty was coming on, I would have loved to see White and Lafferty play together. Not because I think it would have been sort of a partnership to talk about for years to come. I just think it would have been nice to because it was clear the emphasis at half-time was get balls into the box. It would have been nice to have two big lads in there rather than...
it would have bullied the defence as well, but I think taking White off for Lafferty was probably, in the end, the right decision. I'm ready to trust Parkinson with a decision like that, I suppose. Not that I'm a massive fan yet, but...
8 unbeaten, isn't it 8?
Is it 8?
It was 7 last time.
Sure, Jesus.
Correct.
7 plus 1, I remember, maybe 8.
Did get to see it, Jesus.
Doncaster should have had a goal about 55 minutes in. I thought it was in.
Header.
The shot up with John McLaughlin, rebounded out, and then their lads, I've no idea who it was, but he put it past the far post, and it should have been. Probably should have been 1-0.
I thought it was.
And I think that would have been the game. I would have lost that then.
No, there was only ever going to be one goal in that game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'd have said 1 goal. Should have been. Just seeing some of the referees' decisions. Even Sky are picking up the referees' decisions. It's never a yellow card. That's just outrageous. The White's yellow card is never a yellow card. It's a foul. That's it. Yeah. That is outrageous.
I think one thing to say, maybe I'm trying to look for positives here, would be the defence. Not even the defence, just the defensive side of our game does look a bit more solid.
Yeah.
You're talking 3. Is that 3 clean sheets?
3 and 3 off the belt, mate.
Although, bar half chances, I don't think we didn't really create that much where you think, we should have beat these 3-4-0.
Well, under Jack Ross, this would have been a victory, wouldn't it? 0-0.
Yeah, it would have been punch in the air.
Clean sheet, 0-0. Point on the board. Wow, just another draw. We just keep doing it.
it was just a bit of a nothing game, really. I mean, imagine a neutral. You're in your house Friday night. You think, I'm gonna watch what Sky had put on for us tonight. You'd be a bit gutted by now, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I did seeing Darren Moore in the sidelines as well. I think he's punching below his weight. I mentioned earlier to Graham, you weren't there, but I mentioned earlier to Graham that Darren Moore is punching well below his weight at Doncaster. I think it was unlucky to get sacked at West Bromwich Albion, and now where he's at now, at sideline Doncaster, and he's got them. He's got them well drilled. I think they're a very well drilled side. There's, I've got nothing to say basically against Doncaster apart from the fact that I just don't like them.
No, I mean they're always. I mean, you look at them last season, that could have very easily beaten them at Wembley. I mean, they always seem to be up there, don't they? And I mean, I guess one positive could be, I believe that's their first point against us.
Oh yeah, it's ever. Yeah,
that could be seen as positive because they remind me a bit of if Charlton didn't go up last season, they would still be fighting up the top. Like, they always seem consistent in what they do, and they're well drilled, like you said. They didn't really look like scoring too much, but they didn't particularly look like conceding.
Well, they never looked like scoring, but every time we got anywhere near their box, they were there. There was always a defender in the way.
They knew the jobs, didn't they?
Yeah. They definitely came out today for a draw, and they're very happy with that.
Oh yeah, you could tell by the cheer from their fans at the end.
Definitely.
They're happy with the point, which I suppose shows how far we've come since. I know we always go back to Boxing Day, but if you were to point this game out on Boxing Day and say it would be 0-0 and Doncaster fans would be happier, you'd think, well, what's happened in between? So
yeah, fair enough.
It feels like a bit of a not a blow. We're never going to win every game.
That's it. But I think dropping 2 points at home is the way this should be looked.
Yeah.
Even if it is a bit harsh.
Yeah.
But if we are looking to get promoted, we should be winning games like this. Games where teams are sitting back and playing for a draw. We need to get that goal.
It felt like a game as well where sort of the other teams will be watching, so you want to make a statement, you want to come out, and I think the positive thing to take is that we are standing here now saying 2 points dropped, rather than decent points. So
it's much better than Bolton and Gillingham.
After Bolton, we would have been saying that's a point gain there. I mean, they're going for
Gillingham as well when we were just shit.
Parkinson famously.
When he wanted the draw. My God! I mean, you can see where it was coming from though, because
he celebrated the draw.
You can see where it was coming from because he did. None of them were fit enough. And now you can see they're going for 90 minutes.
Yeah, you can.
The difference in Maguire, I know it's been mentioned all over Twitter before, but the difference between Maguire now, Maguire then and Maguire now.
It's like it's new signings.
He plays for an extra 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, he was coming off after 60 minutes under Jack Ross, and he was blown out of his arse essentially.
Yeah.
And now it just seems to be he's there and he wants the ball and he's constantly at it. And O'Nien will go for days. I think he'd still be running out there now.
He probably is, for all we know. He's probably doing laps.
I think his engine's incredible. I'd love to bring up more talking points. How do you think Parkinson fares now? I suppose.
I think it might sound fickle or whatever. I think it is a week by week basis at the minute. I mean, and I know that's not right. I'm not going to say if we get beat 5-0 on Wednesday or Tuesday, whenever it is, we'll be out, and then if we win at the weekend against Portsmouth, we'll be in. I think it's just we've got to take it game by game, because it's all well and good saying unbeaten in 8, he's turned it around, but you've got to look before that as well. And I know it's not his players, it's not his style, they're not fit enough, whatever, but we've seen sort of both sides of the coin at the minute. We've seen it get to the point where we're actually in a relegation battle. I mean, if it had continued the way it was, it would have 100% been a relegation battle. It wasn't even speculation.
There was no way that Parkinson's position would have been tenable now if we hadn't went on a decent run of form. And there's no. I mean, Stuart. People are saying that the statement that the Red White Army and the other fanzines, essentially, the statement they made asking Stuart Donald to leave, and then Donald coming up with a statement saying that he's looking to sell the club, which I think he's been doing anyway, regardless.
Behind the scenes.
I'm trying to think of a way to put this. I think that he still needs to go. I think there's a lot of parts of the club which are being neglected.
But one thing I would say is, and this is very on a time basis, because when you're listening to this, we might have signed 10 players, but at the time of speaking here, we haven't spent any money.
Yeah, so we've got Wright on loan, Bailey Wright on loan, and Lafferty for free. So I mean, obviously signing on fees which don't go to the media. But
overall, the message when Parkinson first came in, it was going terribly. Was wait till January, and we're now.
The message was wait till January, because we're backing Parkinson as much as he needs, and at the moment we've seen nothing.
We're nothing. The end of it now.
Nothing in the size of money anyway.
No, nothing.
If I just hope.
I hope we're wrong, which
I really do.
Many people listening might think we love to be right. We would love nothing more to be wrong. And by the time of listening, we've signed the whole of Barcelona. Do you know what I mean?
I'd definitely love to be right. If we bring Messi in next week, then fair enough.
Yeah, give us all the stick. All the stick you like then.
But Sam, I wanted to get your mum on the pod.
It's just the bath, thank you.
Sam's mum turned up.
Very eager to get on. I don't know what she would say, which is why she's not here.
I don't. I wish she was here.
Is that why you've been looking around?
I'm here looking for your mum. I've been trying to get my better half to say something on it as well, but she's been to her first game today, but she's too shy to go on the pod, which is a shame. Jerry, do you want a few words, Jimmy? No, nothing. Nothing from Jerry, she's too shy.
I don't blame you at all.
There was nothing to say. It was her first match, and I've unfortunately dragged her along. I suppose domestic abuse lines will be in touch with us for that.
You'll be getting stick all weekend.
That's a real shame, isn't it? Don't at us anyway. So we've got nothing else really to say about the match, I suppose. I think thankfully all of the pedestrian traffic will have left, and I can walk over the bridge in peace now. Everything will be lovely. So thank you very much, Sam.
No, thanks for making up with us. It's been a nice setting, really.
That's always lovely. I'll tell you what, I can't wait for my next pint. But unfortunately, I'm at work at 25 to 6 in the morning, so I haven't really got time for that.
There's always a catch, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a shame. I suppose I could turn up pissed. No, I'll not do that, no. Don't listen, gaffers. Thanks. Right, thanks very much, Sam.
No, thanks very much again.
This has been a ROKER Report podcast sponsored by someone, somewhere.